His ass is hanging out as he makes a break upfield. Stepping back up. Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Cameron McInnes now putting his balls in Nick Meaney's face.
I have no idea what the wasted water sports is.
Wasted Water Sports, ahoy. The nerves are kicking in. This is the season on the line for my Cronulla Sharks. It's do or die. They've got to treat this like a final. It really is final worthy for the Sharks today. This is their season, and there's no excuses left. They have They have picked the team that should have been picked from the very start of the season. Braydon Trindall in. Dale Finucane back from suspension. He was suspended, yeah. So Trindall back in. Finucane back from suspension. Kyle Iro into the squad. Does anyone remember Tony Iro? Royce Hunt back in. Matt Moylan out. Sofa Talakai out. Teig Wilton out. Wade Graham out. It all needed to happen. So no excuses are left, and this is the problem now. Is this going to create undue pressure on the rest of the squad? Because there is no excuse. This is the squad that should have been picked from the very beginning of the season. Lose this one, I don't know where else to turn. And this is the problem. There's no answers left to the questions. Hometown music. Vincent, we better win this 40-0 to at least have a chance. Oh, look, with regardless of this result, there's still no chance of beating the Panthers next week. Forget about it. Panthers, I've been talking about it all season. Panthers are just on a different plane of existence at the moment. Christian Kapkovic, welcome back. So, Vobsy, to answer your question, yes, I did. I woke up about half an hour ago. Poured myself a little drinky, and yeah, I'm ready to get into this one. I was going to stream the first game, but I played a little bit of nap roulette. If anyone's familiar. If anyone's familiar with nap roulette, it's a game that you very rarely win. And I lost quite badly. But anyway, I didn't miss much. As you would expect, it was quite domination from the Panthers over the hapless Bulldogs. I would have had a very good chance of winning my multi in that game, but it got voided because Isaac Tungo was... I don't know what happened because I wasn't watching. But Tungo, he didn't play for some reason. Hometown Music, the Vincent Spears says, do you think we should sack Fitzy? No, I think Fitzy just needs to... And maybe he has now, but maybe Fitzy just needs to... He seems like a too nice a guy. I've said this a couple of times during streams. Fitzy seems like he just wants to give everybody a chance. I mean, if it were me, Moylan and Talakai would have been dropped after their first horrible performance. He seemed to just refuse. It's taken him 21 rounds to actually drop these guys who clearly aren't performing. So I think he's just too nice. I think Fitzy, those are the decisions that he wouldn't have had to have made at the Roosters, because it would have been Robbo making the call. Fitzy's not used to having to make these tough decisions. So I feel like maybe he just needs to get over that. He needs to learn to man up, make the tough calls, and if you're not performing, down to the bench you go, or even better, out of the squad completely. And finally, we've seen it happen. A perfect example of that is Luke Metcalf. Luke Metcalf basically jumped up and down and said, I need some game time. I'm good. I believe in myself. I need some actual first-grade game time. And I can see that I'm not going to get it here because I'm stuck behind Matt Moylan, who comes out every weekend, and unless his contract is up for renewal, he stinks to join out. I'm not going to stay here if this is the case. So what happens? The Sharks go, all right, not a problem, mate. We've made our decision. We've put our faith in Matt Moylan. How about you go to the Warriors? And we all know what happened the other week. Luke Metcalf and Sean Johnson paired up in the halves and tore us to shreds. Great decision there by the Sharks recruitment team. Yep, let the youngster go and keep useless Matt Moylan around. But anyway, I would hate to see the same thing happen for Braydon Trindall. Braydon Trindall, an absolute gun of a player, should have been playing in the halves from the start of the season, partnering with Nico Hines with an eye to the future. But anyway, where do you think Moylan will go? Super League, I'm guessing, or retirement. Obi says, congratulations on the 1K. Thank you. Cheers. But anyways, look, we've got the team today. The Sharks, we've got the team. Kennedy, Katoa, Ramian, Connor Tracey. Connor Tracey for Talakai. I've been screaming months for that to happen. Mulatalo, Trindall and Hines in the halves. I still think we've got the best cheerleaders in the whole competition too, by the way, just quietly. Hello, look at that. Hi, how are you all doing? Kafusi, Brayley, Rudolph, Nikra, Colquhoun, who's on debut. Finucane, the captain's back. Cameron McInnes is back to the interchange, where I think he is the best. That's his best spot. McInnes should never be starting. Jack Williams is still a little bit of a liability at times, but he can be good. Hazelton's a gun. Royce Hunt. Kyle Iro in as the 18th man. This is the team. Finally. But the pressure is on. Because as I say, if we don't win with this team, definitely our strongest squad of the year, then there's no excuses left, and I just don't know where to go from here. I suppose if there's any little shining light, as long as they don't get smashed, you could look at it and go, well, to be fair, this is the first time a lot of these guys are playing in combination together, so. But anyway, look, hopefully Fitzy's got them up for this game. Let's go. Sharks, Sea Eagles, ready to get underway. Season-defining match here for the Sharks. Hamish McKenzie, ahoy, mate. You've done what you always set out to do, and you put your real-life couch on the wall. Oh, that is fabulous. Picks or it didn't happen. Picks or it didn't happen. We are underway here. Oh, man. Vobsy says Trindall has been great every time he has played. Absolutely. Absolutely, he has been. Hellfire, Paintball, Saltash, New South Wales, Australia. Ahoy. Sharks better be up for this. This is their season on the line. Toby Rudolph there. Hard to get used to him with a haircut. Finucane winding back the clock for the first 30 seconds anyway. Lots of enthusiasm in that run. Solid set. Sharks complete. Just doing the basics to start this game, get themselves into it. Back to Hines for the kick. From just the Sharks side of halfway, it's a decent kick. Oh, Nico's been working on his long kicking game. Good, because he needed to. It did need to happen. Oi, who have I got a text message from? I've got a message from Intoximum. Oh, they're at the Animal Welfare League. Mr. Ed's dead, ahoy! Anyway, Vobsy, did you see how close that leaderboard was? Manly, this is a great set of 6 for them. They are 40 out from the Sharks line. Back to Cherry Evans. He puts it high into the corner. That channel down the left-hand side where the sun and the shadow meet. And they're inside the 10, and a very relieving penalty here for the Sharks. Schuster up way too quick. Hines can just plug this into touch. Good from the Sharks. Sharks, they generally, well, I can't say they generally start well, but the Sharks usually, in recent weeks at least, have been getting on the board first. Or getting on the board early enough to still be in the contest. They have their Try July celebration, and then it all goes to hell. No more Try July celebrations, that's what I would say. It seems to have been a disaster for the Sharks. Brayley from dummy half. They love this blindside play. Cronulla. Ramian keeps it alive. Nicola is back in support. Kennedy. Dummies. Almost ghosts his way through. But Jake Trebojevic, you're not going to fool him. He's a defensive gun. Hines with the early kick. Tackle 4. It's in behind. Manly get back for it. And this is a solid-looking start for the Sharks. I'll try to not get overexcited because we've seen them do this week in, week out, and then fall away when the going gets tough. But it's been a very solid start for them. Variety in the attack. Set completions. This has been the best 4-minute period that the Sharks have put on. Oh, yeah, and then they go and give away a penalty. Oh, there it is. The bubble bursts. Just as I'm talking them up. UFC Only Fam says my dry July lasted 3 days. Who was it? I think it might have been Michelle that said we should do Dry July. And I said, you're having a laugh, aren't you? You're having an absolute laugh. How about I just donate the money and not do the Dry July thing? I'm more than prepared to do that. Can I just give a donation but not actually participate in the dryness of it all? Oh, we've got a little bit of an issue here. Finucane's just come back from suspension. I was too busy talking to the chat room. I've missed what's happened, but nasty looking business here. Oh, do we have a hip drop? Potential hip drop? No, there's no hip drop in that. He's fallen very awkwardly, the poor fella. That's Paseka. Oh, he's been wishboned. Oh, make a wish, Cronulla Sharks. Paseka. I haven't seen that for a while. He went full split-legged there, and no wonder he's in a bad way. At the very least, you've popped your knee out. At the least. Oh, I can't watch that. Oh, the human body is not meant to bend and contort in that way. Oh, that looked painful. I don't ever want to see that again. Paseka, he's done. Well, that's an early blow here for Manly. And right now, Vobsy. Oh, here comes Matt Lodge. Matt Lodge, here he comes out onto the field. That's it. This could be a game changer. Jason Bourne, ahoy there. Oh, I'm not sure if you were here for the very start, Jason James, but you should see how close the leaderboard is. I have never seen a leaderboard tussle this close before in the history of Wasted World of Sports. The Strong Protector, ahoy there. Welcome along over there on Twitch. If you've got a YouTube, feel free to jump over to the YouTube. I understand people on Twitch are very, what's the word? As Nico Hines burst down the blind side, he's got support from Ramian, who gets up and keeps it alive. Hines backing up, takes the offload. They come back to the left now, the Sharks. And that was a great run from the base of the scrum. 6 again for a ruck infringement. And now a loose carry, Brenton Nickera. Of all people, Brenton Nickera drops the ball on tackle 1, and they give away a penalty to boot. And the Sharks, every time things start to look good, it's just those little things. Some positive signs, though, from this new Sharks lineup. I can't help but notice how free-flowing the backline plays are with Moylan out of the way. And no Talakai there to slow things down. But yes, anyways, welcome along over there, the Strong Protector. I understand that the Twitchers are very loyal to the Twitch platform, but yeah, YouTube, honestly, YouTube has taken off for me. Twitch, not so much. So if you've got a YouTube, Twitch people, feel free to join the YouTube party. If not, I totally understand. People have been trying to get me to make the switch to Twitch for years. Oh, firing a huge cutout pass is Cherry Evans and puts Saab into space. But Trindall, Braydon Trindall, slides across and shuts that down. Pressure is still on here for the Sharks. 5th and last Manly. They stay on the blind side and they score the easiest of easy tries. Josh Aioli Sauce. And that is a worrying sign. That's a worrying little passage of play there for the Sharks. Because that left edge defense, which has been a problem all year, Manly have just gone straight through. on the back of a very simple error upfield on tackle one. On tackle one, Britton Nakora with the knock on. They had just got the set repeat. And then they give away a penalty just to double down on it. Manly come up the other end of the field. And that left-hand edge that has been so butter soft all season. And unfortunately, it's Connor Tracey. Connor Tracey has come racing up out of the line. And as much as I've been talking up Connor Tracey all season, that was just like-for-like replacement with Talakai. It's like Talakai's still out there. He's just become a lot whiter. Well, there we go. Try time for Josh Aioli Sauce. Try time for Manly. And that left-hand edge is still looking like a disaster. Connor Tracey, what was he thinking? Garrick moves in, strikes it well. It's 6-0. Oh! What happened there? It's hit the crossbar. That ball was going over for all money. There must be a breeze. Oh, that's even worse. If the Sharks have got the breeze at their back, to be down 4-0. That ball was well and truly on target. It's just held up. And it hits the crossbar. When was the last time you've seen a conversion hit the crossbar? Anthony Koyak, Kosika here. Good morning. Ahoy there, Kosika. Welcome along to the Wasted World of Sports, where Manly have taken an early 4-0 lead. And that's got to be very alarming signs for the Sharks there. That left edge defense has been an issue all season long. And Manly just scored way too easily down that left-hand edge. Connor Tracey, we've been building him up maybe a little bit too much. Because he has come racing up out of the line there. Totally unnecessarily. And Manly, they're on a roll here. Jake Trbojevic up to halfway on tackle 5. Cherry Evans with the kick. Straight down the throat of Kennedy. But look at that wall of Manly defence. Another brick wall of Manly defence on tackle 2, led by Matt Lodge. You know, I've been thinking about this podcast thing, Vobsy, and maybe rather than the Lodge in the Woods, or whatever it was, the name that I came up with it, maybe Matt Lodge and Aaron Woods should do a podcast talking about all the different teams that they've played for. Did we talk about this? I apologise if this is something that's already come up, and I'm just repeating myself. But Woodsy and Lodge could do a podcast together talking just about all the different teams they've played for. And it could be called The Never Ending Story. Manly with the ball back. Bringing it out of territory. An early 4-point lead. They've got a bit of a roll on here. Big charge from Matt Lodge. Trbojevic feeds it out wide. Schuster shuffles it along, but the Sharks are wise to it. We've got another issue here for Manly. They're either being Milky McGee's here, or he copped some unintentional knees to the back here. He's still down. He's holding the side of his face. Oh, yeah, he's copped an unintentional knee to the side of the face. I think he just slapped himself. I think Tuolangi just slapped himself. He must be trying to get some feeling there into the side of the face. 4 points to nil, Manly. A little bit of a break in play here. As Taulagi just tries to get the feeling back into the side of his head. All right, here we go. We're ready. Warning signs early for the Sharks that it's just going to be more of the same. Cherry Evans from inside the 40. A 40-20 is the last thing we need now. No, Kennedy takes it on the full. And the chase is up too quick. And that's well, no, it's high contact. Penalty to the Sharks. I thought they were offside again. But Matt Lodge just, he often confuses faces for shoulders and goes a bit high, doesn't he? Nicho Hynes is getting a scolding from the referee. That's not the mark, mate. Come on. Hey, UFC, how's the resolution? Was it you asking? Is the resolution all good for you now? Sometimes these things happen just for one person or not everybody. They generally fix themselves. It's just YouTube being YouTube. Sharks on the back of that penalty. Tackle 2 on the halfway line. They got off to a very enthusiastic start. But then it kind of went through a little period of shocking. Oh, now Hynes has dropped the ball. And they're away. Oh, nearly away. Oh, Hynes has tripped. Hynes has stuck the leg out here and tripped. Kohler. Oh, they're lucky to get away with that. Kohler was away there under the post. Nicho Hynes with a cheeky little trip there has gotten away with it. But I don't know. I've got no answers left for the Sharks now. No answers left. Terrible. Still terrible. Hynes dropping the ball on tackle 3. Nikra, which led to the last try, dropping the ball on tackle 1. And Manly are just rumbling upfield here. Great shape out to the left. Garrick dummies, goes on his own. Hynes brings him down. Important tackle made there. Trebojevic in midfield. 5th and last. 10 out from the line here, Manly, in midfield. Why wouldn't they come down this right-hand side? Garrick puts the kick in. It pops up nicely for Mulatalo, and they survive that raid. The Sharks. Only just, though. Only just. Kennedy has picked up and dumped. Manly are well and truly up for this now. The Sharks started with a hiss and a roar. A very, very enthusiastic first few minutes, but it's been all downhill since then. You know what? As soon as I said this has been the best 4-minute period to start a game I've seen the Sharks do all season, as soon as those words finished sprouting out of my mouth, the Sharks have been abysmal from that point on. They get through the set, though, and it's a decent kick in behind Saab, and Manly will start this 15 out from their own line. Absolutely no justification for being that far downfield, the Sharks. That was a great kick, completely against the run of play. And now they give away another penalty. Just too slow to get up off the tackled players here, the Sharks. Every set, Manly are getting piggybacked upfield, and it's just that discipline. Discipline and handling, left edge defense. A new team, new players, but all the same issues are there. Hynes is on report. Oh, for that trip, I bet. That trip that I said that he got away with, he probably hasn't got away with it. Oh, no. Because you know what that means? If Nicho Hynes gets suspended, then Matt Moylan's been given a lifeline back into the squad. Lodge with the hit up over halfway. Tackle 3. Manly just keep getting piggybacked upfield. Schuster, flat ball to the try scorer, Aioli Sauce. Jake Trebojevic takes the 30 out, midfield. Tackle 4, Manly. Cherry Evans is over on the left. Short ball there to Taulungi. I wonder if he's got feeling in the right side of his face yet. 5th and last, 20 out. Cherry Evans, cross, kick, back to the left-hand edge. They're up. Manly win it. It's tapped back to Cherry Evans, and he goes to ground in a 3-man tackle led by Nico Hines. Here's the trip. Oh, I called it live. It's amazing how they missed it. Was he trash at the Panthers as well, towards the back end, James Jason Bourne? I just find it interesting that they would agree to get rid of him. Oh, once again, this comes back to the quality recruitmentship of the Sharks. Let's trade James Maloney. I understand James Maloney wanted to go. Maloney had done everything that he needed to do at the Sharks. So I understand he was ready to move on. It was his call. He wanted to go. But honestly, does Maloney for Moylan seem like a reasonable trade to you? On any planet? No matter how well Moylan might have been traveling at the time, does that seem like a logical trade to you? James Maloney wants to leave. Oh, well, let's trade him off to Penrith for Matt Moylan. Makes sense? Where he played fullback, if I'm not mistaken. So let's take the fullback and try and convert him into a 5'8". Oh, they've got numbers out to the left here, Manly. One-on-one tackle, Katoa and Garrick, and it's another penalty. High contact. 6 penalties in the first half. We're not even quarter of the way through this game yet, and 6 penalties the Sharks are giving away. And Manly just keep getting piggybacked upfield. Well, Hamish says the wall could not handle the couch. Oh, no. So now, not only have you got a couch back on the floor, depending on how you mounted the wall on the mounted the couch on the wall in the first place, maybe you've got a jolly great big hole in the wall too, where it's all fallen to bits. Manly. Oh, Cherry Evans has spilled his beans. Cherry Evans gets about 3 steps ahead of himself. Oh, Christ, there's more than one of him. God save us all. He just took his eyes off the ball there, Cherry Evans. Had a sneaky little peek at the defense and forgot the basics of the game, catching the ball. And that is a huge let-off for the Sharks. Jason Bourne says, imagine Moylan in a Wallabies jersey. I'll go for the All Blacks, so I would like to see that. That'd be great. Hamish is the MVP of this chat. So he should be. Hamish is one of my longest ever subscribers across pretty much every channel that I've ever done. Pretty much every channel I've ever done, Hamish has been there to support, even if it's not something he's interested in. So I've got to give him big props for that. Oh, the ball pops up for Katoa. Can he keep it alive? Tries to fire it back in field. It's called a knock on. But that was a bit better there from the Sharks. It'll be a handover to Manly, but Oh, let's see. Can they give away their 7th penalty? Hines is struggling with a boot over in back play there. He's finally got his boot on. Back into the defensive line goes Nico. Yeah, in all honesty, Hamish, somebody who subscribes and hangs out on a channel that has content that they really got no interest in at all, that's even more admirable. Manly with the ball, though. They've powered their way back up over halfway into Sharks territory. I would hate to see the statistics for the territory battle at the moment. It'd be almost non-existent. Oh, Cherry Evans steps. Brayley goes through, puts the kick in. It pops up. Hines has made a mess of it. And the Sharks have just gifted Lachlan Croker a try here. Nico Hines is having an absolute stinker of a game. I stand by the fact that I think that Freddie and his decision to put Hines in the centres for that last 10 minutes of Origin 1 has completely killed this poor kid's confidence. He's made a complete cack of that. And Manly are about to lead 10-0, and the Sharks' season is done. Put a line through 2023 if you haven't already, Sharks fans. And let's all go for the Warriors. Let's make the Warriors our second team for this year. It's my team. I'm allowed to give up on them. Conversion successful from right in front. Oh, I think they've got the breeze at their back too, the Sharks. Ed Vogel, ahoy. You don't follow the Warriors, you follow Sean Johnson. Oh. Sean Johnson couldn't have played like this when he was at the Sharks. Do you realize if Sean Johnson actually showed up at the Shire, Luke Metcalf was already there, this Warriors halves pairing that's absolutely tearing the competition to pieces at the moment would have been Sharkies boys. Ed Vogel says Warriors to play finals. I mean, they'll make the 8. They'll make the 8. The problem for the Warriors, though, is that they're going to have to do it away from home. I don't think that they're capable of putting... What would they... If they finish top 4, they have to win 3. So they've got to win 3 on the trot away from home. 3 tough games on the trot away from home. I just don't think they can do it. It's the same for the Broncos at the moment. Everyone's talking up the Broncos like they're a premiership threat. No, they've actually got to leave Queensland if they want to win the competition. And therein lies the problem for the Broncos. Watch it be a Warriors-Broncos grand final now that I've said that. Loose pass here from the Sharks, but it has unintentionally created some space for Mulatalo. Trindall puts the ball high. The kick chase is a good one, but Ruben Garrick is solid at the back. And Manly are looking good. I mean, they've been helped. They've been helped along very nicely by the Sharks' ill discipline and mistakes. No, it's I stand by my call. It's the Panthers heads and tails above everybody at the moment. So Panthers will definitely be in the grand final. Panthers will definitely win the grand final. It's Panthers, Storm, Rabbitohs. I'm still backing a late resurgence by the Roosters. If the Roosters sneak into the 8, they will really, really tear up the final series. You heard it here first. It's looking shaky at the moment for the Roosters. Very shaky. But if they manage to sneak into the 8, they are going to cause some boilovers in that final series. I would not at all be surprised if we've got a Panthers, Rabbitohs, Storm, Roosters prelims. I would not be surprised at all. And the Sharks, a very relieving penalty here. 15 minutes to go until the halftime break. And they need some points. Big defense from Manly, driving the players backwards. It's been the difference between the two teams at the moment. Defense, Manly are driving backwards every tackle. Is anyone else just remember? Oh, penalty now right in front of the... Take the 2! Take the 2, boys. Get some points on the board. Penalty to the Sharks right out in front. Raz Jr. Fong Toi says, let's go Manly. Oh, Trindall dummies and gets crunched. And these hits from Manly. The defense has been sensational. Driving the Sharks backwards and an error on tackle 2. A mistake on tackle 2. And it is season over for the Sharks. They've got absolutely nothing. Great news for the Roosters. Because the Sharks will just be sitting ducks there in 8th spot for the Roosters to leap above them. Okay. See, should have taken the 2. The Sharks are walking away with nothing. Should have taken the 2 points. Now, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, does anyone remember, it wasn't that long ago. It was probably 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? Does anyone remember, literally having an argument on stream with Michelle about, oh, the Rabbitohs are the premiership favourites, she says. And I'm like, piss off, premiership favourites. I said they are nowhere near the Panthers level this season. Does anyone remember that? Where are they now? I wonder if Rabbitohs supporters are trading in those grand final tickets that they bought. They'll be trading them into Broncos supporters. Broncos supporters are looking for grand final tickets as we speak. But they'll be in for a bit of a rude awakening in about 4 weeks' time when they're sitting 5th or 6th on the ladder and suddenly their season's not looking so good. Hey, scoff all you want. I was right about the Rabbitohs. Anyway, look, the Rabbitohs, they should still finish fairly high up the ladder, in all fairness. They've got a pretty cruisy run through the next few weeks. They've still got a bye to come as well, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, here in this game, Manly are back in attacking range again. An early kick. It bounces for Manly, and they score again. Oh, this is just an absolute demolition job A brand new team. Same old Sharkies. I almost tipped Manly as well, you know. The Sharks always struggle against Manly, no matter what state the team's in. Going all the way back to the late 90s, the Sharks have always struggled with Manly. And, it's going to be a long old afternoon as Manly are about to go 16 points ahead. This is a home game for the Sharks, Vobsy, yes. With the breeze at their back, I believe. Unless I've been led astray in the pre-game. I think they've got the breeze at their back at the moment, so they're about to look at a 16-point deficit playing with the wind at home. And apart from that first 4 minutes, it's been a jolly great shit show. Oh, Garrick hooks it across the face of posts. Oh, Manly have a great record against the Sharks, period. I remember when the Sharks had an absolute gun team in the 90s. The late 90s. The era of David Peachey, Paul Green, Mitch Healy. Andrew Enninghausen was still there. Steve Waugh's in the crowd. Stephen Waugh's in the crowd. I wasn't expecting to see that. Oh, it's over, mate. It's over. Trust me. I've been following this team long enough to know. I mean, this is... Yeah, there's 49 minutes to go, which means Manly could get at least 30 more points. And here goes Garrick straight through. Some feeble defense. Support everywhere. He just puts the head down and goes on his own. Kennedy makes the tackle. And Manly, tackle 3, they're 10 metres out again. They want more points before the halftime break. Cherry Evans feeds it on to Trebojevic. Trebojevic looks like he's bulked up. Jeez, I mean, look, far be it from me to question anybody's weight, but Jake Trebojevic this week looks massive. 6 again, ruck infringement. There's nowhere left to turn for the Sharks. There is nowhere left to turn. There is something seriously wrong. Oh, Matt Lodge charging forward. Backs into the defense. He's centimetres short from the line. Schuster reaches out, scores. Did he get the ball down? Has Will Kennedy just managed to get a hand under that one? It's going up as no try. Schuster doesn't look confident at all. Will Kennedy might have pulled off a try-saving effort here. He's got his ankle in there underneath. Then he gets the hand underneath. Great effort there in the end goal. Vopsy says Gerbo looks like he's getting along with Matt Lodge a bit too well, even following the same diet. Tackle 2, though. They've still got plenty up the sleeve here. Manly. 5 out from the line, just to the left of the post. Schuster out the back to Cherry Evans, racing up out of the line again, and now the overlap sub for the corner. Flick pass back inside, and it's a try for Kohler. He juggled the ball, but Manly decimating the Sharks down that left-hand edge again. Who was it that's come rushing up out of the line this time? It was Connor Tracey last time. Who was it this time? It's almost as if Talakai's still out there. Oh, this time it was Braydon Trindall racing up. Doesn't make the hit. Mulatalo is the left edge winger for the Sharks, and he is, for some reason, 20 metres infield. It's that left edge defense for the Sharks. It's almost as if Talakai's still out there. And I suppose you've got to ask the question, maybe, just maybe, Talakai and Moylan weren't the issue after all. Who else is out there on that left-hand edge? We can't blame Moylan. We can't blame Talakai. The same issues exist. None of my try scorers have gone over either, by the way. Manly are just having a training run here today. Ruben Garrick, another conversion from out wide. He's had a lot of practice shots, so it stands to reason that he finally gets one. He gives the fist pump, and Manly 20 points to 0. Whoops. That was a big spill. Season over for the Sharks. They need to do a full clean out now. A complete and total clean out of the squad. And spend the next 6 weeks worrying about next season. Who do you blame that left edge on, though? This is the problem. And now they give away a penalty. Oh, up inside the 10. Where to for the Sharks? I mean, apart from a very rapid drop out of the top 8 this season, where do they go in the future? Woodsy's on the field. Woods and Lodge in conjunction. I think, unless Woods has come on for Lodge. Trbojevic with the hit up. They're going to get more points before halftime here, Manly. Cherry Evans feeds it to Schuster. Nowhere to go. They got in each other's way. They're 5th and last, but they're 10 out. A massive, massive gain upfield. They're 20 out, sorry. Cherry Evans with the kick in over the top. Pressure on the players at the back. Mulatalo does well to take it. A collision in midair with Ruben Garrick. And Mulatalo comes down with the ball. But now the Sharks tackle 3. They're only 10 out from their own line. Oh, and a mistake on tackle 3. Oh, they get away with it. It's been called backwards. Shack of Hearts, ahoy, mate. Tackle 4. Hines is kicking from 20 out. There is not a non-existent kick chase. And this has just been a disaster for the Sharks. I made the mistake of talking them up in the first 4 minutes. They started with so much enthusiasm. They were completing. And, this was it. There's no more excuses left. This was the team that they should have had from the start of the season, but it's proving to be no better than the team that they've been playing with. The left edge is still leaking points. Fifth and last, Manly on halfway, winning the territory battle by miles. Mulatalo takes it on the full, looks up, tries to beat the first, and he's lost the ball on tackle 1. Molitalo loses the ball, bringing the ball back from the kick return. 3.5 minutes for Manly to pile more misery on the home team here. And now they're blowing their captain's challenge. Now they're burning their captain's challenge. 3.5 out from halftime. It goes from bad to worse to oh, this might be a genius captain's challenge. This has turned out to be the greatest captain's challenge of all time. Wow. Well, that one's worked out for the Sharks. Captain's challenge successful. Oh, Vopsy, two of the happiest people in the world right now are Matt Moylan and Sofa Talakai. Because they're both sitting at home going, told you it wasn't us. Told you we weren't the problem. And as it transpires, they weren't the problem. Because that left edge defense and a penalty to the Sharks. Gerbo a little bit too slow to release there. Yeah, and as it transpires, maybe they weren't the problem because that left edge defense, it's almost as if they're still out there. Players racing up out of the line, willy-nilly, ineffective tackles. All right, they need something before halftime here, the Sharks. Finucane. This is the best field position I think they've had all game so far. Jack Williams is on. Tackle 3. They're in front of the posts. 10 metres out. Brayley, dummies right, goes left. Trindall. It's knocked down by Manly. 2.5 to go till the break. And it'll be a scrum down and a full set of 6. 10 out from the line here. It is not there. It's not questionable. It's mandatory here for the Sharks to score points. Here we go. Scrum down. To the right they go. Hines. Just a very feeble run straight into the line. Not asking any questions. McInnes in front of the posts. Captain Redbeard, ahoy! Trindall, and they've made a mistake on tackle 2 again. Dropped ball on tackle 2 again. $20 points to 0 at halftime. Jeez. The left edge defense is still butter soft. The handling errors have gone up a gear. I should have tipped Manly. I thought about it. Sharks always struggle against Manly, no matter what condition both teams are in. And another penalty for a slow peel, holding down. It's the 8th penalty coming out of territory the Sharks have given to Manly. 20 seconds to go now, Manly. They've earned the right to play this expensive on tackle one. They want some more points before half time. This will be the last play before the break. Cherry Evans to Kohler. Saab's in space. He's got support on the inside. And Ruben Garrick is going to score in the corner. Just to stamp the authority on the first half for Manly. 24 points to 0, and they have just killed the Sharks down that left-hand edge again. We can't blame Moylan and Talakai this week. So what's the answer? Where's the issue? If it's not Moylan and Talakai, what's the issue on that left-hand edge? For weeks, we've been blaming Matt Moylan and Sofa Talakai. They've finally been dumped and replaced, and the issue is still there. So clearly it wasn't their fault. Vopsy says Jason Saab's legs are unnaturally long. Yes, indeed. There's a reason we call him the giraffe. So what's the issue for the Sharks here? We thought it was Moylan. We thought it was Talakai. Ruben Garrick's given us a tick on the multi at least, for what it's worth. Unfortunately, I've got it. Well, and this one stays out to the right from Garrick. And lucky for the Sharks that Ruben Garrick is having a stinker with the boot. And the laughs and the smiles all around from Manly as they walk to the sheds is a very telling story indeed. It is a training run for them. There is a big issue on that left-hand edge for the Sharks. The only player out on that left-hand edge that is consistent is Mulatalo. Wow, just way too easy. All right, Waste of World of Sports. Whoa. Quick break. And we will be back to dissect this absolute destruction of the Sharks. This decimation of the Sharks at the hands of Manly here. Coming up after this. All right. I'm waiting for the Sharks social media team to post up the halftime score so that I can leave a comment on it from the Wasted Water Sports, formally apologising to Matt Moylan. Oh, here we go. A first half to forget. Yeah, no shit. I'm going to make a post on the Sharks page formally apologising to Matt Moylan and Sofa Talakai for blaming them all these weeks for the left edge defence. All right, here we go. Okay. 24-0 halftime, a first half to forget. Comment as Wasted Water Sports. I would like to formally apologise to Matt Moylan and Sofa Talakai for blaming them all these weeks for the shoddy left edge defense. It clearly was not their fault and is a bigger issue at play. From Sharks fans everywhere. Post. There we go. Okay. I would like to formally apologise to Matt Moylan and Sofa Talakai for blaming them all these weeks for the shoddy left edge defence. It clearly was not their fault and is a bigger issue at play. From Sharks fans everywhere. Posted by the Wasted Water Sports. Yes. What can you say? What can you say about this performance? Disastrous. Nicho Hynes has not been the same. I think we can all agree on this. Nicho Hynes has not been the same since State of Origin 1. He was picked out of position, was thrown to the Lions, and his confidence has been suffering ever since then. I think that's fair to say. Hynes has not been the same player since Origin 1. And the only person you can blame for that is Brad Fittler. That's the only the only person I've got to blame is Freddie Fittler. Oh, actually, I'm going to try and find out what the live leaderboard is, okay? Bobsy was here nice and early today. All right, hang on. I'm just going to switch the camera off for a minute, and we're going to try and find out what this live leaderboard is. Because this is it. Today's the day. Today's the day. It ends. I'll see if it's updated. If we can get something something new. Oh, it's going to be tight. Oh, mac and cheese. Nice. Gotta love some mac and cheese. I'm actually questioning what am I going to get? What am I going to have after the stream? Holy hell. Did anyone hear that? Some cheeky son of a bitch just bipped their horn outside the window. Alara. Jeez, I don't know what we do in this situation. Hey, does anyone else think? Actually, can you guys hear me? I realize I've switched the camera off. I'm just wondering if you can still hear me. Oh, you know what I'm gonna have? Actually, I'm gonna have shark fin soup. Why should Manly get to be the only ones that eat shark tonight? Anyway. Yuck. I've never tried it. I watched, there was a documentary. There was a Gordon Ramsay documentary. And, yeah, he was like cracking down on illegal shark catching, I suppose you would call it. The Japanese, I think it was. The Japanese were catching the sharks to take their fins, and they would take them alive as well. Like they would chop the fins off alive. It was actually really disturbing viewing. But Gordon Ramsay, I mean, if you were going to pick a footy team of TV celebrity chefs, Gordon Ramsay is definitely in your starting lineup. Like, he's a fairly solid-looking unit, isn't he? All right, I'll be right back. For the first time ever in Wasted World of Sports history, we're all locked up at the top. And I don't know what to do in this scenario. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens at full time. So curious. Because there's a lot of luck involved. I don't want to give away too much of the algorithm, but there's a little bit of luck involved. You basically just have to be active for a 5-minute period, and it generates an amount of points somewhere between 1 and 5. So there is a little bit of luck involved, as much as anything else. And I've never seen it. I've never had a tie before. We're all locked up at the top of the Wasted World of Sports leaderboard. But the bigger picture here, 24 points to nil. The Sharks. I've got nothing. Oh, let's see if anyone's answered my Facebook post. I posted an apology to Matt Moylan and Sofa Talakai on the Sharks Facebook. Let's see if anybody's answered. Oh, okay. Christina Lorigan, Chris Connolly, and 8 other people have reacted to my comment. 11 people, 9 likes, 2 hearts, and Paul Courtney has said, Wasted World of Sports, not from me, Moylan is a passenger. Yeah, but at least Matt Moylan, like, as terrible as he was in defense, at least he could spark the attack. You've got to give the guy that much. You've got to give Moylan that much credit, at least. He did know how to spark the attacking line every now and then. And if you're going to leak 24 points anyway, you may as well score 12 or 14 of your own. Wow, look at the match stats. 37% possession, Sharks. 37% possession. They need some ball. And again, all down that left-hand edge. I'm actually pretty certain that all of Manly's points have come down that left-hand edge, except for maybe one try. Sharks, again, just been decimated. Their left-hand edge defense. And they get to kick off the second half. So Manly get first use of the ball. They've gone short here, the Sharks. And Manly tap it back. And it's been secured by Finucane. Kicked back by Brayley. And the Sharks have the ball. Oh, that was messy, but it's worked. And the Sharks will have first use of the ball. 10 out from Manly's line. Oh, they're over the line here, the Sharks, but they're held up and driven backwards. They're a metre out. They've started the second half with the enthusiasm that they started the first half with, and that lasted all of 4 minutes. Trindall, dummies, goes on his own, tries to shuffle his way through. He can't do it. He's taken down, tackle 4. 6 again. Oh, it's a loose pass from dummy half. Terrible pass from Brayley. McInnes has done well to hold on to it. Tackle 1 here, Sharks. 2 out from the line. Finucane hits a brick wall. Hines, short ball to McInnes. Centimetres short here on tackle 3. Crash ball here for Nikora. He's driven backwards. Great goal line defense there from Manly. See how it's done, Sharks? Brayley. Loose pass again. Kennedy picks it up on the bounce. But there's nowhere to go. 5th and last. They need a result from this. Not necessarily points, but a set repeat, something. It's taken down by Brad Parker and Ramian. We need a ball up. No result there for the Sharks. Oh, Shane Flanagan, you traitorous bastard. Oh, that's painful seeing Fleno up there in the coach's box. That is actually really, really hard viewing. I forgot that he's up there. That's a painful sight. Our only premiership winning coach in the opposition coach's box orchestrating the demise. Tackle 3 here, Manly. I would have had him back, in all honesty. I wouldn't have signed Fitzy. I would have waited for Fleno. Oh, don't tell me it's a 40-20 for Manly. It's a 40-20 for Manly. It's a 40-20 for Manly. Croker from dummy half puts in a 40-20. From dummy half, Croker, a 40-20. Where was Kennedy? So far in field. Here we go. 30-0 incoming. Break out the record books here tonight. I mean, that would be deflating. That's deflated me, and I'm not even playing the game. The almost perfect start to the second half, and here they are, a metre out from their own try line on defence. 6 again. Oh, it's all over. I mean, if it wasn't already, of course, which I think it was. But if it wasn't already all over, it's about to be. Tackle 2 here, Manly. 10 out, Croker to Cherry Evans. Crash ball, easy as you like. Kohler gets a double. Manly are about to go 30 points to 0 ahead. And it's that left edge defense again. The left edge defense again. Kohler has just gone straight through, untouched. Down that left-hand edge. Corner Tracey. Doesn't even get a hand on him. $30 points to 0. Can we get a shot of the crowd? I'd like to see a shot of the crowd right now. I want to know how many people are leaving and walking out on this complete and utter dross that their team is tossing up today. I'd have left already, to be honest. If I wasn't doing a live stream on a sports calling channel, if I was there at the game, I'd have been gone long ago. And asked for my money back. Wouldn't have got it, but I would have asked for it still. I would have kicked and screamed. Short kickoff again. That's going to be... Oh, they get a result again, the Sharks. Jonathan Manson, ahoy there. Short kickoffs, 2 from 2 for the Sharks. Hines out the back to Kennedy. Kennedy dummies and goes on his own. He's caught. 10 out. Great tackle, Brad Parker. It's helter-skelter here from the Sharks. I can't even keep up with it. They're throwing the ball around. It's catch-up footy so far out from the finish line. Finucane on tackle 5. A metre out. Terrible feed from dummy half again. Kennedy out to Mulatalo. This time they get the try. Finally. I might actually be on. The way the Sharks are throwing this ball around, I might actually be on for the multi here. Oh, and Mulatalo and Garrick. I thought they were about to get into it, but Mulatalo's leant in, giving him a hug. $30 points to 4, and it would have been a very different game had they not that cheeky 40-20 and Manly's gift try down the other end. 24 points to 4, potentially 6. Looks a little bit different. But anyway, I might actually be on for the multi, at least. That's all we've got left to cheer for here. That's all that's left to cheer for here for the last 30 minutes. Hines from out wide on the left-hand sideline. It stays out to the right of the post. It stays 30 points to 4 in favour of Manly. Comeback of the century is on, says Bobsy. Hamish McKenzie says, question, Dan, would you spend $100 on me for some in-game currency? All hail the couch. What do you need, mate? I feel like you've probably spent $100 on me on channel memberships for Intoxigamer for the past year that I've done nothing. So, yes, I would be willing to pay you back for some of that because I feel bad that you've been doing that. You just let me know what you need, and we'll see if we can sort it out. All right, can this kickstart the Sharks into something, anything? Oh, there's a sale on. You know I have a tendency to miss those. Oh, this game that we've wanted for so long is on sale. I better buy that. Dan, you missed the sale. Frantic play down the left-hand edge to go the Sharks. Trindall is cut down on halfway. Tackle 4. Hines out the back. Nikora. Oh, it's Ramian. Ramian breaks away from one. Still going, Ramian. Calling for a high shot. They don't get it. 5th and last. Hines puts the ball high. How's the chase? Oh, it's tapped back, and Manly come down with it. Yeah, that breeze is definitely at the back of Manly in the second half. So the Sharks went into half-time 24-0 down with the breeze at their back at home. Unbelievable. Unacceptable. Let's see, has anyone else answered my... No new things on the Waste of Water Sports. I actually think I might be. Oh, this kick is horrendous. Was that Cherry Evans? Oh, no, it was Ruben Garrick. Ruben Garrick with the most horrendous kick you'll ever see. It's gone so far over the dead ball line. I think it was Croker, actually. And it's a 7-tackle set now for the Sharks. 30 minutes to go. Forget about the game. It's all attention turns to my multi now. I actually feel like the multi could be on. Who's with me, chat room? Is the chat room? Do I have the chat room on board? That Kennedy and Nikora to go in the next 30 minutes. My multi is actually on. The way the Sharks are playing, it's going to be very hit or miss the way the Sharks are playing. But it's on. Hines with the short ball. Puts Nikora into space, but he's cut down. Quick play the ball. Hines now finding some space around the ruck. Tries to do it all on his own. 5th and last. Where's Trindall? Oh, there he is. Trindall, 2 out from the ruck. Now, taking it to the line. Mulatalo looking for a double. He's reached out. Has he planted it down, Mulatalo? The defense for Manly was solid again. It's going up as no try. Mulatalo's got no idea where he planted this ball down. Oh, it's on the line. It's on the line, and that's a try. That is on the line, and that is a try. Oh, here we go. This will be the angle. It's short there. Oh, and he's lost it. Oh, that front-on angle looked like a try. The front-on angle looked like a try. But the corner post camera reveals the true story. So close, though. It's all right. We don't need Mulatalo anyway. We've already got him. That was so close, though. It's almost like... And I realize that the Sharks, at 30 points to 0 down, have nothing to lose now. The game's over. The game is already lost. they can throw caution to the wind. But I find it interesting that the team with the breeze at their back has just gone to complete and total cack in this game. Manly have not... They don't look like the same team this second half, Manly. Is there something particularly off-putting about having the breeze at your back at this ground, or... I just don't understand it. Aaron Woods used to be an absolute gun, if I recall correctly. He was an Origin player. Unfortunately for him, the only thing that he's known for at Origin level is that try celebration gone wrong. Oh, speaking of Woodsy, has anyone seen that? Oh, can we play? If you haven't seen this, can we please watch this after this game? Can we please watch this after this game? Aaron Woods doing the radio read. If anyone has not seen it, you need to see this or hear it. You can't actually see it. It was a radio bit. Aaron Woods reading the paid advertisement on the radio. Fifth and last, and that's a complete and total shambles from the Sharks. Oh, they get a penalty. They get a penalty for it. Schuster not square at marker. And they've dodged a bullet there, the Sharks, because they were completely clueless there on the fifth and last. 27 minutes to go, 30 points to 4. Sharks ball, 20 out from Manly line. But yeah, if anyone's interested in hearing that, let me know when this game's over. We'll check it out. It was hilarious. Kennedy, stepping, weaving, almost gets through. He's just held on by the jersey. McInnes, 2 meters out now from the line. Tackle 3 in front of the posts. To the left they go. Hines, short ball. Tackle 4. Hines out the back. Williams bumps away from 2. Williams. He's still going. He can't get away from Schuster. Fifth and last here, Sharks. They stay on the right-hand edge. Hines fires the cutout pass to Katara, and it's called forward. It's called forward. Are you kidding me? Nico Hines has just been warned for firing up at the officials, but that's been called a forward pass. Are you kidding me? Manly's first try was about 5 meters more forward than that. Wow. We've had that quarter forward pass. I've seen tries this weekend way more forward than that. And Nico Hines, he's been officially warned for having a go at the touchy. And fair enough, too, because that was a terrible call. An absolute disaster of a call. Manly scored a try off a more forward pass than that, and Nico's one's been blown up here. I can understand why he got a bit frustrated. I mean, you do have to temper your reaction, of course. Absolutely you do. Oh, do you want to call that one forward, love? Huh? Old love on the touch, Judge. You want to call that one forward? I mean, it was exactly the same. It was as much forward as the try that was disallowed. Maybe she was too scared to call it forward this time. Fifth and last here, Sharks stay on the blind side. Hines puts it high. Into the breeze. No contest on the kick chase. Nicho Hines has gone back to those Chad Townsend pop gun kicks. "23 minutes to go. And now an error from Manly. Probably their first of the game, to be honest. I don't recall Manly making any mistakes. Loose, play the ball. And Manly have well and truly shut up shop. That's fair to say. That is absolutely fair to say that Manly have well and truly shut up shop here. Good news for my multi. This multi is still on. 22 minutes to go. This multi is still on. The game's over. The game is well and truly over as a contest. But my multi is still on. Kennedy and Nikora in the next 22 minutes could potentially happen. Especially if they bag one here, the Sharks. Hazelton, 6 again. Hazelton burst straight through. Lodge in cover defense. The try-saving tackle, Matt Lodge. The champion that he is. Brayley, short ball, crash play, Royce Hunt. They are wise to it though, Manly. Brayley to Hines, takes it to the line, out the back to Trindall. Short ball to Connor Tracey. And it's a penalty, Sharks. It's going to be another full set of 6 here for the Sharks. 10 out from Manly's line. They tap. They go. Six more. Oh, slow release there from Gerbo. Hazelton dummies the crash ball. They go out the back. There's Nikora. Tackle 1. 10 out from the line. Hines steps back in field. Oh, that's a huge, huge hit from Holy Moly. Olakawatu puts McInnes down. Hines now. Short ball. Calhoun. A metre short. Tackle 3. Hazelton now on the crash ball. Manly are showing the Sharks what to do on goal line defence here tonight. That's been the difference. Trindall out the back to Hines. Shape out to the right. Kennedy. Dummies. Goes on his own Kennedy. Fires it off to Katoa. It's going to be caught a forward pass for sure. Well, that was more forward. That was more of a forward pass than the one that was called up a few minutes earlier. I've called that one a forward pass watching it live. That was a mile more forward than the last one. Maybe she was too scared to call it for a second time in a row. That's gone a mile forward. That's the one that should have been called back, not the one earlier. Anyway, Sione Katoa. Consistency is not a thing in the NRL. Consistency is not existent. I think she might be a bit intimidated now, to be fair to her. Hines from the sideline hooks it way left. 30 points to 8. And the Sharks, they need all their conversions if they're going to get close in this one. But I'm sorry, that one was way more forward than the one that was actually called forward. I think she just got a bit scared. Hines fired up. And, yeah, she might have been like, oh, God, I'm not going down this avenue again. We'll let that one slide. Am I alone? Chat room, let me know. That was way more forward than the one that was actually called forward, right? I'm not just seeing things. Like, that's the one that should have been blown up, not the last one. Manly get us back underway. 30 points to 8. Katoa now. Dodging, ducking, weaving. And he's not playing dodgeball. Hazelton with a good run. Sharks down the blind side. Great charge here. McInnes finding meters. Brayley stays on the blind side. Colquhoun. Fifth and last. 40 out from the line now. Sharks, they need a good kick chase. Oh, Parker loses it. Holds it. Oh, he's done well there. Parker's given himself a third testy, but he's held the ball. That's the most important thing. Manly have well and truly switched off here. That's always the danger, isn't it? You go 30 points to 0 ahead. It's so easy to switch off. Game's already done and dusted at that point. In fairness, the game is already won. And now a penalty to Manly. Oh, they needed that. They needed that. Not in the context of the game. They just needed that to stem this flow of momentum in the second half. All right, here we go. More points inbound here for Manly. They're in range. My post on the Sharks halftime thing has now got 13 likes, 2 love hearts. Just out of curiosity. Jake Trbojevic, tackle 3. They're 10 out from the line. I can actually see Manly scoring next. Tackle 4. Here we go. They're attacking the Sharks' left edge. It's been fragile at best. Olakau'atu, 5th and last. They should stay on the blind side here, Manly. There is absolutely no reason to do anything but a blindside play, and that's what they do. Cherry Evans, short ball. Kohler feeds it off, loses it forward, and the Sharks have actually held on. For the first time tonight, the Sharks have held on down that left edge. It was no surprise to see them run a blindside play there, though. No surprise to anyone. And now they're up way too quickly. Oh! Shoulder charge against Olakau'atu. Send him off! He's got to be off for 10, right? If he's shoulder charged, he's got to be off for 10, yeah? I mean, that's blatant foul play. Right? Anyway. Oh, loose here from the Sharks. Very loose. Penalties have been squared up at 8-all. The referee's done his job in the second half to... Oh, now Brayley loses it on tackle 1. There we go. The Sharks are back. The Sharks are back. Dropping the ball on tackle 1. Oh, she's up. "14 minutes of this nightmare to go for the Sharks. But at least the season's over. I mean, if we had any hope, it was this week. At least we know exactly where the Sharks stand, and that is not anywhere near a top 8 team. So all attention turns to season 2024, I think, for the Sharks. Move some people on. What's wrong with that left edge defense? I don't know. I really don't know. I thought the obvious decision was it was Moylan and Talakai, but clearly not. There is absolutely no way the Sharks are finishing 6th, Vopsy. 9th place, signed, sealed, delivered after tonight. 9th place. So yes, it's very interesting to see what happens now. What happens with the Sharks? I mean, the season's over. Season's done and dusted. I still think it's safe to move. Let's move Moylan on. I still think it's a safe call. I still think this is the team, but this is the team that should have been there from the start. The left edge defense is still concerning. I'm raising some questions over Mulatalo, to be honest. Mulatalo, for what he offers in attack, a lot of times tonight I've looked up and he is at least 20 meters in field on defense. So I'm actually suggesting that Mulatalo is in danger of his spot moving forward. But yeah, Moylan can stay gone. Talakai can stay gone. Graham can stay gone. I'm questioning Mulatalo's spot in the team at this point. Vopsy says if Roosters beat the Broncos next week, we will go on a run and make the 8, which I'm predicting to happen, Vopsy. I am predicting that it will happen. The Broncos are absolutely... I just love the fact that the Broncos supporters are buying grand final tickets. I can't wait to see how disappointed they are when they finish 7th on the table. Yep, when the Broncos finish 7th at the end of regulation and they get dumped out by the 6th place finishing Rabbitohs in the first week of the finals. I look forward to that. Jason Bourne says, Dan, forwards need to be looked at, in my opinion. Yeah, probably. I mean, Jesse Colquhoun came in tonight on debut as here go Manly. Oh, Cherry Evans takes his eye off the ball again. Cherry Evans has had a cheeky look up. A few moves ahead of himself. Once again, knocks the ball on. I would say... Oh, yeah, the Broncos. Broncos are no chance. The Broncos are no chance of winning the premiership. I don't understand. Do you realise they've had like one game outside Queensland all season? The thing that Broncos supporters seem to forget is that they have to travel outside Queensland to win the grand final. They'll be in for a massive, massive wake-up call when that happens. So I just don't understand it. I'm sorry, I'm not on board with the Broncos. I don't see what apparently a lot of other people are seeing. I don't consider them a premiership threat at all. They're just making up the numbers. Interestingly enough, Gus has pretty much said the same thing. The Broncos are a couple of years off. People love to hate Gus, but son of a bitch usually knows what he's talking about. The Roosters season is not quite done yet. They're probably one loss away from it, to be fair, but yeah. I'd rather be in the Roosters position than the Sharks position right now. Let me put it that way. That's what I would much rather be. Eels will end the Roosters' so-called resurgence. I'm sorry, James Jason Bourne, but your Eels can go straight to hell after they let me down this weekend. I was on board, and then they went and screwed me, didn't they? They went and screwed me. Loco says Gus is in New South Wales. Of course, he won't think Broncos or any Queensland's winning the premiership, which is a fair call because no Queensland team has any chance of winning the premier. Well, actually, Loco, Gus Gould is the one that said Cowboys can win the premiership. Gus said that when the Cowboys were in 16th on the ladder. So that's actually a really unfair statement towards Gus. Cowboys were in 16th and on the back of a losing run, and he said Cowboys can win the premiership. And where are they now? They're probably the form team of the competition. So, yes, and that's the thing. Gus has this stereotype about him, doesn't he? For whatever reason, Gus Gould seems to have this stereotype about him. But he's the only one that gave the Cowboys any chance this season. Everyone else was writing them off. Gus has said Cowboys can win the comp. They were in 16th spot on a losing run. Yeah, me too, James. James Jason Bourne, me too. Ramian scores for the Sharks. Too little, too late. But Manly went to sleep after they hit 30, to be honest. Oh, of course not, Loco. Of course not. I don't agree with all the statements anybody makes. But yeah, to suggest that he is anti-Queensland when he is the only one that has said the Cowboys can win the comp, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, absolutely. Nobody agrees with anybody 100% of the time. Hines with the conversion, hooks it around, 30 points to 20, 10 points the difference, 7 minutes to go. Manly have well and truly gone to sleep here. Manly have gone completely and totally to sleep. Yeah, I wonder how long Craig's away for. I still think we actually upset him. I think that Craig was actually a viewer. It's just some viewers like to be quiet. They don't necessarily want to interact. So he probably heard us joking around about kicking him out. So he's like, bollocks to him. But that doesn't make a lot of sense, though, because you would still... You can be part of multiple tipping contests in the NRL. You don't have to be in just one. So it makes no sense that he would just leave on the back of what we said, joking about him. Sharks rumbling upfield. Oh, look at the shape out to the left here. Kennedy to Connor Tracey to Mulatalo. Puts the kick in field. Will Kennedy's going to score! 6 minutes to go. 4 points the difference. Oh, shut up. No way. There is 6 minutes left in this game, and it's about to be a 4-point ball game. And how massive now does that try come early in the second half to Manly? 30-26, 5.5 to go. How important, how crucial is that try early in the second half to Manly? What is happening here? Will Kennedy is over to score. Oh, my God. Oops, wrong one. If Brenton Nickera is the last try scorer, it is suddenly a 4-point ball game with 5 minutes to go. What has happened? Kennedy, we are one leg from the multi away. We are one leg of the multi off. The Sharks are suddenly one try away from tying this ball game. They have scored the last 5 tries in a row. 5 minutes left. Cowboys can win the comp. Cowboys can win the comp. Look, I know that was last year that we're talking about. Cowboys can win the comp. We actually were talking about Michelle a while ago, weren't we? We were talking about Michelle and the argument that I had with her on stream about the Rabbitohs being premiership favourites. Where are the Rabbitohs now, Michelle, huh? The penalty Sharks. They've got all the momentum. Manly shut up shop. You stood here in this room, Michelle, and straight out argued with me about South Sydney's premiership credentials. You called them the favourites. Where are they now? Are they even in the top 8? 4 to go. Sharks are just rumbling upfield. I said no at the time. Of course they're not. I said no at the time, and you argued that they were. Tackle 4 here, Sharks. Trindall, inside pass, 5th and last. They're 10 out from the line. They need a set repeat for a miracle here. Hines, crossfield kick. The crossfield kick. Oh, it's been lost forward by Ramian, and it's into touch. It's going to be Manly ball. 3.5 minutes to go. Manly will hang in and have the ball. The Sharks are going to fall just short here. It was a massive set of 6. How crucial that try, though. Just after halftime, the 40-20 from Croker, the 40-20 from Lockie Croker, and the Manly try that followed. How crucial is that now? Three minutes to go still. The Sharks are going to get another go, but you feel like that was their momentum. They were on a run. They were on a purple patch that is now ended. Lodge with the hit up. Just short of halfway. 5th and last. The Sharks, they should have at least a couple more sets. Oh, that kick's a shocking kick. And this is good field position for the Sharks. This is good field position for the Sharks. Connor Tracey on tackle 2. 2.5 to go. You feel like they get maybe not even a full set, but they get one more crack at it after this set. It'll be Sharks, it'll be Manly, it'll be about 30 seconds for the Sharks to get another set. Depends what happens here. Ramian gets Mulatalo. Mulatalo almost puts Tracey through a hole. 2 minutes to go. Tackle 4. Hines takes it to the line. Midfield, 40 out, 5th and last. Who's got the kick? Trindall. Trindall puts it high. Pressure on the kick chase. Oh, they stand back and watch it to Manly. It falls for Kennedy. It's still 5th and last. Kennedy grubbers. And what a take at the back. Is that Lockie Croker? Lachlan Croker may have just won the game for Manly right there at the back. Kennedy. The Sharks, they've given away a penalty. That's the game. That's the game. Oh, who said this? Was it James or was it Vobsy who said Sharks comeback is on, but they will fall short? Who said that? One of you sons of bitches said that. Vobsy. There you go. You called it, Vobsy. A minute to go. The Sharks, at the back end of this set, may have like one tackle. They might get themselves, if they're lucky, one tackle. One play. But they need a mistake. Oh, the slowest play the ball of the century there from Cherry Evans. How slow are these play the balls? The thing is, they don't even need to do such slow play the balls because they're in such good field position. All right, the Sharks will get one play at it potentially. One play to go length of the field. Actually, Manly just put it into touch here, surely, and that'll be game over. Yeah. Oh, are you kidding me? Cherry Evans teabags the footy so that the Sharks can't get it. Oh, look, they weren't going to win anyway from that position. But honestly, Cherry Evans just sits his ball sack on the footy so that the Sharks players can't get to it to pick it up and play it. The wily old veteran, Cherry Evans. Well, he's got to use his nuts for something, I suppose. But wow, 30 points to 26. Who would have thought that was even plausible? Who would have thought that that was even a possibility? Oh. All right. This is the moment that we've all been waiting for. Let me just switch the camera off for a second. Updated scoreboard time. Who has won? Has Vobsy gone for the three-peat? Or has Jason Bourne knocked him off the top? Let's find out.
Went to Instant Pub yesterday for the beer and food festival. Yeah, good. 11,000, just about 11,000 people at Instant Pub. Incredible day. It's not very back in the 80s. We were cheap to go for. Was there 11,000? Yeah, almost 12,000. Yeah, on the show tonight, we're going to fletch a little bit about it. So that become a scene. Greatest hits, greatest tries. 30 to 26, Manly over the Sharks. Sharks, we pulled it off. It would have been the greatest comeback in rugby league history. I reckon at the end there, that would have chance. I think that would have come even off to the left. I reckon they had numbers. Yeah. After that would have been very interesting. Yeah. What of that was? Yeah. Obviously, Griffin did it a couple of years ago. It was outside. When Telecom was just going but yeah, look, the Sharkies in the first half, their defence was diabolical compared to it was similar to last week against Warriors, but whatever Fitzy said at half time, it worked because they almost snatched it, but he won't be happy with that first half because Fitzy, as we all know, was a one of the great defensive back rowers, and he's instilled, especially last year early on, still a real belief in their offensive system, but they were terrible today, and that left edge of Cronulla. That's better to see a little bit of the Sharkies early on. Credit to them for bouncing back the way.
I do apologise. This is just on. It takes a little bit to update. The bloody thing doesn't update in real time. I've got to wait for it. All right, let's give it a couple of minutes. I'll be back. You guys can actually see the leaderboard yourselves, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's taken a while to update on my side. It still hasn't updated. I actually think, I mean, this might be the worst possible way to reveal it of all time, but I actually think if anyone who has moderator status does !leaderboard, I think you get a link to the leaderboard. It just takes some time to update on my end. This is why it's always delayed on the screenshot. But I think you can actually call up your real-time points with that command. I think it's still updating for me on the front end. So the suspense must last a little bit longer. Erica Eureka Radio Fire, ahoy! How are you? I'm sorry, but my top two supporters are just arguing with each other at the moment about who's the top supporter. How's life, Erica Eureka Radio Fire? Good? Seems like you're in a very happy place, which I'm very, very glad to see and hear. They're still tired on my thing. They are both still tired on my scoreboard. But I know that's not right. You split the money. Surely there is a... Oh, there it is! Mr. Ed's Dead is the only one listening to me at the moment, I think. Good on you, Mr. Ed's Dead. Okay, so that link goes to the real-time leaderboard where they are tied. Oh, God damn it. There is no separating these two. We need to go to Golden Point. The first ever Wasted Water Sports Golden Point. Yeah, look at that. They're both 2,131. Fight, 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 fight. Hang on. I need the light switch. Fight, 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 fight. Congratulations if anyone gets the Simpsons reference. Wow. 2,131. They are actually on identical scores. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's updated now. I can do this.
Sydney just makes more variation on that forward. And that's sort of like to get their points in the field when you come back to count. But it's makes more variation. Yeah, really good size. They just spot.
Even Stevens. How? Erica Eureka Radio Fire. I feel like maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Erica Eureka Radio Fire, but last time that you saw me This wasn't a thing, was it? This right here was absolutely not a thing. Oh, what do we do in the event of a tie? I've never even thought about it. I'm gonna have to buy two. That's all right. Or is it a do we do that really, really harsh decision of the like the winner retains? The winner retains. Like in the Ashes at the moment. The Ashes, if this last day gets washed out, it's a drawn series. Australia retain. We can't do that. I've never liked that rule. I've never liked that rule at all. It is a draw. That's the thing. I have never had this situation in the history of all channels that I've done. Intoxi Gamer, Games for the Hangover, Intoxi Blocks. Now here on the Wasted World of Sports, I have never had a tied leaderboard. Yeah, well, to be honest, Vopsy, I'm out of people to do for you. We got the cheese. Oh no, Teddy was still an option, actually. But yeah, I was running out of people. Oh, that channel that never really kicked off. Yeah, there's a reason I forget about that one, Hamish. It was a great idea. I just, yeah. My time was better spent elsewhere. I know, I never did. No, that's not true. I never did anything on it. It's not true. I did Resident Evil, I think. I think I did some Resident Evil on it. That was about it. Anyways. CPTA Australia, ahoy there, over on Twitch. Welcome along. So what do we do in the I don't know. You guys are going to have to agree. It seems like they have agreed. Split the money and give the video to James. I mean, that was Vobsy's suggestion. But yeah, I hadn't really given thought what to do in the event of a tie. It's very nice of you, Vobsy. Very, very nice of you. Yes, indeed. CPTA Australia over there on the YouTube channel is the Jason Bourne Identity James Intox Jones. Okay, so Vopsy's giving the video to James, and James is giving it to Michelle so that we can have the Cameron Monster video for Michelle. Oh, God bless you. God bless you. No, Michelle's not still here. That's going to be fantastic. Yeah, I've still got this one loaded up, actually, from the last time.
G'day, Vobsy. Well, ahoy, Vobsy. This is a message from myself, Fletcher, and the Wasted World of Sports. Just to let you know, mate, you've won back-to-back VIP titles, another $100 gift card. You've got to go collect your first one, actually. So, $200. Anyway, mate, well done. Congratulations. And ahoy, the Vobsy. See you, brother.
I thought I'd throw that up just so that everyone knows exactly what we're talking about when we talk about what a video is. There might be people in the chat going, what the hell are they talking about, a video? He's giving his video away. What does that mean? Well, that's what it means. Oh, wow. There has never been a closer contest. See, James was ahead, Vobsy. James was ahead all the weeks leading into that the past couple of weeks, you've managed to jump in early and you've made up the 7 or 8 points that you were behind him to start with. Got yourself ahead, and then it's, as I said, it's all random. It's a random number that gets pulled out between 1 and 5. There's a lot of luck involved. There is a lot of luck involved. You've just got to be active in the chat room over a 5-minute period. I don't want to give too much away, because if I give too much of the algorithm away, then it means that people smarter than I can manipulate the system. But yeah, basically, it keeps checking in every 5 minutes. Who's in the chat? Doesn't matter how many messages you've sent. It just checks, are you active in the chat over a 5-minute period? Yes. Assign a random value to that user. But I mean, look, you guys are so far ahead of everybody else. And what that says to me is that you guys are just constantly active, which, I mean, I've got to give props to that, don't I? I must give props to that. You guys are so active. That's what it says to me. I mean, Shack of Hearts is somebody that I would consider very active in the channel as well. But look, he's 1,000 points behind. So you guys, I mean, you guys are just like next level, and hey, I have to thank you for that. I have to thank you guys for that. I really do. Oh well, I think we've established a good outcome. Yeah. James is now throwing shade. It's all right. I've got nothing against BKR Sports. I didn't even know who the guy was until I started doing this myself, and people in the chat room started telling me that this is someone who does it as well. And the only reason that I know Vopsy was even active on that channel is because you guys told me. That's not a problem. He's welcome to go back over there if he wants to. I mean, that's where he started. Mr. Ed's Dead says, I listen to your commentary of the games while doing other things, movies or gaming, and with 0 points. Hey, Mr. Ed's Dead, you do not have 0 points. You absolutely do not have 0 points. I can actually tell you how many points you have, Mr. Ed's Dead. Not by that link, because that's the wrong one. Yeah, look, I'm not going to get into a channel war. I honestly started Waste of Water Sports, had no idea if anybody else was even doing anything remotely similar. I've had these conversations with some of you before. I don't know. I don't know. I don't watch other streamers who do similar things. All right. What are we looking at here? Oh, the leaderboard. We want to find out Mr. Ed's Dead's score. You are, Mr. Ed's Dead, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th spot. Oh, with 0 points. Okay. It actually does say you've got 0 points. That's very interesting, that is. All right. I actually can't explain that, Mr. Edsdet. I thought he was lying to me, but yeah, he actually does have 0 points. I can't explain that. I really cannot explain that, Mr. Edsdet. There you go. Wow. Crazy. I have no answer for that. I know for a fact that you've been around a lot longer for than 0 points. Hang on, what? Have we got a clear winner? No, it still says even for me. Yeah, it still says even for me. Even Stevens. Oh. Even Stevens. Oh, yes. Young Dan had a crush on that girl. Anyway. Eric Eureka Radio Fire is like, I want to see if I have 0 too. Maybe it is just like not handing points out to people on Twitch. That could be a thing. Maybe it's not properly connected to Twitch. So it's like anyone on Twitch is just like 0. But that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense either, though, because Mr. Ed's Dead jumps between Twitch and YouTube. I actually have no idea. I have no idea if what's been happening there. But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, obviously, I realize that I'm not the only one that would be doing what I do here on YouTube, but I have no idea. There's other streamers, I'm sure of it. As a matter of fact, I know that there are because people have tried to tell me about them, but yeah, I purposely don't check out their content. So yeah, look, BKR Sport, look, I mean, look, the dude's doing what he's doing, and credit to him. I've got nothing else to say on that regard. All credit to him. I don't know anything about him. We're from the same state. We live in the same state. Would I collaborate? Probably not. Because I'm very, very choosy with who I collaborate with. Would he collaborate with me? Probably not. Swings both ways. The Swingers Club goes both ways. Hamish says, watch him live like 3 streets away from us. Probably so. Probably so. That'd be quite funny. He probably lives in the vicinity. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is I'm not interested in starting any channel wars. I don't know. I'm doing my thing. They're doing their thing. That's the way I've always looked at it. If toes feel like they're being stepped on, got nothing to do with me. What the hell am I doing? I'm getting involved in the Try July celebrations, apparently. Hamish McKenzie says he's worth $2 a month. That's what I pay for membership for Intoxigamer anyway. You're on the cheapest tier available, which is fine. Which I've said to you, Hamish, I really wish you would leave. I actually really do need you to leave that because I can't change it while you're still in there. I am planning a complete and total overhaul of Intoxigamer, and I can't change the membership tier that you're still in. You are, I'm pretty sure you are. Maybe not. I don't know. Admittedly, I haven't checked in for a while. I must admit. So maybe it has changed, but yeah, I do need you to leave so that I can recharge that whole thing. I'm actually going to, Hamish. I'm going to turn Intoxigamer into a retro gaming channel. It will still be Intoxigamer. It's just I'm going to turn it into a post-footy game stream of all retro games. Okay, Mr. Ed's Dead says, checking the leaderboard. You're at level 9. Okay, well, the levels and points are completely separate of each other. For starters, levels and points are not connected because I reset the points every so often so that everyone's got a chance of winning. So checking the leaderboard at level 9, you're at 0, yet you scroll down to level 6 and you have 132 points. Is that your YouTube account maybe? Maybe your YouTube account is the one that's got 132. Does it go past level 10? I'm pretty sure that the levels are infinite. I think the levels are infinite. Okay, so for some reason, points are not being distributed on Twitch. There you go, which is fine because not a whole lot of people tune in on Twitch anyway. And whenever somebody does tune in on Twitch, I'm always like, come on over to the YouTube. YouTube's where the party's at. Levels mean nothing, though. I really haven't given any thought as to what to do with levels, to be honest. They should mean something, probably, but I haven't really given too much thought to it. It's just part of the default package of paying for the... Because I pay only $10 a month. Like, I don't pay a lot. It's only $10 a month to pay for Chuggy. Chuggy looks after all the point scoring and whatnot, and the levels are just part of that I've not switched off. So, whatever. It doesn't matter. Does not matter as far as I'm concerned. So the leaderboard at the moment, are these guys still tied? Yeah, they're still tied on my one. Hey now. Don't dream it's over. Okay, I just broke into chorus of Crowded House, and I apologize. But hey now, let's not have a go at Vobsy for spending time with me. I've got to step in and call that one out. Get a life, Vobsy. I say congratulations, Vobsy. Gamer Mel, ahoy. You didn't lose, James. You didn't even lose. You're tied on the leaderboard. It wasn't even like you lost and you're still throwing shade. Just pointing out the obvious. Hey now, I take offense to that. You realise. It's like, Vobsy, you've spent so much time on this channel. Get a life, mate. Come on, I'm content creating here. How can I not take offense to that statement? How are you, Gamer Mel? Look at that, Gamer Mel and Will. Ahoy there, Will. How are you doing? Gamer Mel and Will, they're on the leaderboard. Oh, I've been better, Gamer Mel. I've been a lot better. I can't help but notice that my team sucks. He can't leave the house. I hope he's not bedbound or can't leave the house. Once again, I can't help but take offense to that because I'm the one streaming more hours than either of you guys have been here for. So what does that say about me? Once again, I can't help but be offended. Will says, I know you're only joking, it's all good. Will says, is there something to take away from that second half there? Not really, because Manly well and truly switched off. And that's the thing. Manly well and truly switched off. They well and truly switched off a little bit too early. But, yeah, there are bigger issues at play for the Sharks. Much bigger issues at play. For weeks on end, we have been blaming Matt Moylan and Sofa Talakai for that soft left edge defense. They weren't there tonight. Who do you blame? Moylan was dropped. Talakai was dropped. I actually made a post. Actually, let's see how my post is going. I legitimately made a post. If anyone's on Facebook, honestly, if anyone's on Facebook, check out the Cronulla Sharks Facebook page. The halftime post. The halftime score post. Let's see how it's going. Because I made a post and I said in the post, okay, it's only generated 15 likes. But I made a post on the Cronulla Sharks page that I would like to formally apologise to Matt Moylan and Sofa Talakai for blaming them all these weeks for the shoddy left edge defence. It clearly was not their fault and is a bigger issue at play from Sharks fans everywhere. And it got 15 likes, and there was one person who commented back and said, not from me, the apology. The apology is not from me. Moylan is a passenger. Well, to be perfectly honest, Matt Moylan, it's been proven. It was been proven tonight that Matt Moylan and Talakai were not the issue. There is a deeper issue at play on that Sharks left edge because they once again got decimated, and that's where the game was won and lost. The left edge defense was destroyed again. And they're not there to blame anymore. So who do you blame? You take those players out, the same problem exists. What's the problem? What is the problem? I don't know. I don't have the answers. Well, Will, the only thing that I could see that was consistent was Mulatalo. Mulatalo is the consistent name on that left edge. Everyone else was replaced. Mulatalo is the only consistent name over there on that left edge. And so many times tonight, he was caught about 20 metres infield, out of position, off his wing. So maybe, just maybe, Moylan and Talakai aren't to blame. And maybe Mulatalo is the issue defensively over there on that left-hand edge for the Sharks. I just worry that the fact that they fought back and It was only a 4-point difference in the end. Is this going to paper over a lot of the cracks? I mean, I'm terrified for what the Panthers are going to do to the Sharks next week. I think that game's on next week. Panthers are going to run riot on the Sharks. Are we declaring an official tie? I think we have to. I think we have to call an official tie. There is no separating these two here. The wasted world of sports. I reckon a draw is completely fair. Vobsy's already won 2. Jason Bourne has put in such an amazing effort to even threaten the three-peat. I think a draw is fair. I've only got so much left to talk about too, so there's no way of breaking this deadlock. My two top subscribers, what can I say? Well done. All right, Waste of Water Sports. This big fella is starving and needs to eat. So I'll catch you guys next time, huh? Thank you so much for joining me. I will hang out on Discord for a little bit. For those of you who have Discord, we'll have some chats over there. But until then, yeah, I'll catch you next time. Got to figure out what I'm going to eat. All right, Waste of World Sports. Catch you later. My team is done for the year, but don't worry. Even though my team is done and dusted, I'll still be here to call all the action for everybody else's team. You have my words. Can't help that my team's shit. His ass is hanging out as he makes a break upfield. Stepping back. Oh, he's copped a head right to the nuts. Cameron McInnes now putting his balls in Nick Meaney's face.
I have no idea what the wasted world of sports is.